Live from a kitchen in Las Vegas, it's Keto Cooking. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Garvey the Keto Cook. Today we are going to do a little reset, okay? The whole idea of the ketogenic diet or lifestyle, which I call a lifestyle, is to stay in ketosis. So now a lot of people will be from the beginning of the new year with the New Year resolution to, I'm gonna try this keto thing. It's not easy, but in the same token, don't make it hard on yourself. So every once in a while, you're going to have to hit that reset button and go back and figure out what did I have that pushed me out of ketosis. So here's what I normally do. I go back to the basics, and today we're going to be cooking a basic keto lifestyle dinner, okay? It's going to be beef. I'm going to pan sear it, slice it very thin on the outside. I want that sear on the outside, a little rare on the inside. Marie likes it a little more well done. So this way we can cook it up a little bit more. I'm going to use some mushrooms and onions. And also we're going to make some broccoli. But I'm going to make broccoli in a heavy cream and cheese sauce. Okay. This is all the basics that you need. All right. We're going to get back to some beef. Okay. A fatty cut of beef. We're also going to get back into a little bit of vegetable. Broccoli is my go-to. And we're going to get in some heavy cream, some butter, and some cheese. Let's roll. And about a few weeks ago, I bought this whole beef shoulder. Now, this is a real tough cut of meat. All right. With that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Actually, what I did was I cut it in long strips, okay, almost to mimic a London broil or a flank steak. Now, I'm going to take some onions. Also going to be doing some broccoli. Now, this broccoli I'm going to be doing in a creamy cheese sauce, heavy cream, cheese, butter, okay. And also, I am going to be adding in some shiitake mushrooms. Now, I got to rehydrate these. The price of these things are phenomenal. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. I put them in water and let them soak probably for 20-25 minutes. All right. Now, this is all whole foods. Nothing from a box. Nothing that says keto friendly, whatever. Now, I have some garlic here. About a month or so ago, they look a little pale. Okay. Well, they're frozen. So what I do is I take them and I put them in a airtight freezer bag, a vacuum sealed bag. And when I take them out, when they start thawing out, they have this almost transparent look about them, but they're fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting all this stuff together here. I'm going to get this meat going. Now, into the pan, I use my trinity here, which would be butter, olive oil, and garlic. But garlic's going to stay off a little bit. Okay, we're just going to get this pan nice and hot with the butter and olive oil in it. And I'm going to try to get a sear on this meat. Now, you got to understand, meat is still a little frozen. Okay, I'm in a rush with this for some odd reason. I don't know why. But just add a little Tommy spice to the pan. I'm going to get this pan good and hot. And I'm going to drop this partially frozen piece of shoulder meat into this pan. Now, normally, okay, this would be done outside, and it would be done in my cast iron, and I would get that baby screaming hot to put a good sear on it. Some odd reason, inside the house here, these nonstick pans, I really don't like them for searing. There you have it. Meat's in. Now, there again, that's not the kind of sear that I want on it, but beggars can't be choosers at this time right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let this go. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. I'm going to start adding my onions in. Then I'm going to take the meat out and let it rest. Okay. I'm going to add in my shiitake mushrooms into the onions. Okay. Add a little bit of garlic to it and let them cook down, because that's going to be the flavor that I want back onto the meat again. Okay, now we took the rehydrated mushrooms, put it into the pan. Now, this pan got good and hot for the mushrooms and the onions. You can see they're starting to caramelize a little bit. Now, all that's in that pan right there is a little bit of olive oil and butter. Tommy spice. I mean, the flavors were off the charts good. Pan's hot, same pan, cleaned it. Now we're going to add the broccoli. Okay, broccoli and the garlic, the rest of the garlic that I had chopped up. Now, I am going to let this go. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit on it. Now, that's got olive oil and butter in it, like I said, my Trinity. And I'm going to let this go. This has some moisture in it, and I want to get the moisture out of the broccoli, but I want that at high heat so that happens. So I'm going to push this off to the side a little bit here, and then we're going to start making what Marie calls aha. Yep, we're going to make that the cheese sauce. Now, this could be called a Mornay sauce if you use a different type of cheese and stuff like that. We use shredded. It's Monterey Jack and also sharp cheddar. Okay, into this saucepan, probably 2, 3, maybe 3 tablespoons of salted butter. I don't use unsalted butter. I like salted butter to cook with. Okay, now add a little Tommy spice to it. I'm going to add in the heavy cream. Okay, I'm going to get that to where it gets tempered. In other words, take it from the cold state from the refrigerator and put it into the pan, and then let that start bubbling. And I'm going to start adding the cheese in right away. Okay, there you see it. Now I'm going to let that cook a little bit more. I'm going to keep adding a little bit at a time. Probably a half a cup of heavy cream I put in. Okay, don't see that much. And right now I'm working on probably a cup of cheese, shredded cheese. I'm going to add a little bit more heavy cream to it. Okay, and just let this go. I'm going to take it to the point where I start seeing a little bubbling on the side. Shut it off. Put a cover on it and just let it go. Season it. Tommy spice. We're good to go. Okay, if you notice, everything I'm cooking here is filling. Okay, it will fill you up pretty quickly. All right, cheese sauce alone. Okay, heavy cream, shredded cheese, butter. Okay, that's the good fats that you want in your system for this type of dinner. Okay, so moving forward, this cheese is done. Add a little Tommy spice to it. I like a little bit more pepper in it, but we'll leave it alone. Look how nice and thick that is. Okay, into the pan. I left that broccoli sit for a little bit in the pan on the heat, low heat, to draw that moisture out. Now it's going to put a little color to it, and you know what? We're ready to plate this bad boy. So there's the meat. I put it back in the pan again, get that little bit more color to it. Using an offset knife. Okay, this will make things much easier for you to slice. If you don't have one, well, not a problem. But there again, it looks pretty good. I mean, it was juicy as heck. Great flavor to it. And I didn't want to go any further with it because it would have been tough as nails. Now, this part of the meat here has a little color. The camera doesn't pick it up for some reason. But this was like medium rare. More medium than rare. But you see the juice coming out of it. Now I'm getting into a big grizzle line on this type of meat here. So, you know what? It is what it is. But here we go. We're getting ready to get this thing done. When I bought this piece of meat, if you go back a couple videos back and watch, I actually took this and I cut it horizontally. And to get that mimic that look of either flank steak or of a London broil. The whole purpose is to cook it the way I did, okay, and then slice it as thin as I can. Now, in the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke a couple of these just to get that nice smoky barbecue flavor on it. And there you go. I mean, it came out really good. It was a little bit more done than what I wanted it to be, but there again, beggars can't be choosers. The flavor was phenomenal, and the way I cut it made it was really tender. I wouldn't lie to you about that. The shiitake mushrooms with the onions and just olive oil and butter. The flavor of them shiitake mushrooms are unbelievable. I actually took the water that they soaked in and put that into it to give back a little bit more flavor. Broccoli. I like broccoli a little bit, just the way I did it right here. Get a little color to it. I don't like it that crunchy. I like it crunchy, but not that crunchy. This cheese sauce was off the chain. Very good. I got to tell you, very happy with this cook. It'll put you back on track as far as being full. It'll put you back on track as far as taking care of your keto needs. This is keto all the way, folks. Can't go wrong with it. Hey, listen, hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget, stop back next week when Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, we will put together another dinner for you that is totally keto all the way. Clean keto, baby. All right, there's dinner. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this. Now, that particular cut of meat was a shoulder roast. Okay, a beef shoulder roast. What I did was I sliced it um, in a different way to make it look more or less like either a flank steak or people back in the day used to have a London broil. There was all the tough cuts of meat they would cut into this London broil, and people would marinate them and whatever. The whole idea with that is to keep it sort of on the tender side without marinating it for days or whatever, or cook it in a slow cooker. The whole idea is to slice it nice and thin, okay? Give you that beefy taste and also not to be too tough. So anyway, um, all whole foods. I didn't use anything out of a box. I didn't use anything uh, other than whole foods. No ingredients added. Okay, heavy cream, butter, cheese, broccoli, beef, shiitake mushrooms, onions, garlic. Doesn't get any easier. Hey, listen, hit that like, subscribe button, and we'll see you next week on Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Take care, everybody.